I don't know if you know this, but America was founded as a tax-free nation. It was called the Boston Tea Party. And we fought taxation. Hundreds of millions of people have been killed by communists. And what Marx says is that communism would come to America in two phases. Phase one would be through our education system. This is 1965. I'm reading the Communist Manifesto and going, holy mackerel, they're already here. But it's had more people killed than any other book in the history of the world. Hundreds of millions of people have died because of communism. They start screaming at you from day one. Like you look at our armed forces, our generals are a bunch of thumb-sucking woke guys, But I was always planning my future by my education, if you know what I mean. And we don't follow the traditional rules, and it's a dangerous formula, so I don't follow it. So today I own oil wells. My first book was, if you want to be rich and happy, don't go to school, because I hated school. My poor dad was head of education. That's why I hated school, So I just didn't get along with writing. So it was tough. And then I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Editors in New York turned it down again and says, when it comes to money, you don't know what you're talking about. So I fired back a couple of rude remarks saying, maybe you don't know what you're doing, and maybe you should put some real finance books out there. But as you know, most people are in the stock market. They're a bunch of suckers as far as I'm concerned. Like Ken McElroy, a dear friend, we're real estate guys, we're entrepreneurs, and we don't follow the traditional rules of financial planning. Financial planning is that 60-40 bullshit, 60% stocks, 40% bonds. I mean, you have to be a complete moron not to follow that formula, And it's a dangerous formula, so I don't follow it. So today I own oil wells, but I was always planning my future by my education, if you know what I mean. You look at our armed forces, our generals are a bunch of thumb-sucking woke guys, I'm going, what's happened to us? It's really quite dangerous. I went to military school, so I didn't go to this pussy Ivy League schools. I took Merchant Marine Academy because we're the highest paid graduates in the world, and I wanted to be an oil tanker driver. So I drove oil tankers with Standard Oil. At the age of 18, I leave Hawaii, which I was a surfer rugrat kid flunking out of school. And I go to Kings Point, and they start screaming at you from day one, And then my economics teacher was a West Point graduate who flew B-17s in World War II. So when we studied economics, the first book he had us read was Marx, 1848, The Communist Manifesto. I read that, I went, oh my God, everybody should read that book, The Communist. It's only like 50 pages, but it's had more people killed than any other book in the history of the world. Hundreds of millions of people have died because of communism. When I read that book, I went, oh my God, my family are Marxists. They're not bad people. Just philosophically, economics is like a religion. Like, there's Buddhism, Christianity, right, Judaism, and all this stuff. Well, economics is kind of a religion also. So Marxism is a type of economic religion. And they believe in labor unions, workers of the world unite. They believe in the abolition of private property. Someday you'll own nothing, then you'll be happy. And Marxists believe in taxation. Everything I don't believe in. So I'm 18 years old. I'm in school in New York. This is 1965. I'm reading the Communist Manifesto and going, holy mackerel, they're already here. And what Marx says is that communism would come to America in two phases. Phase one would be through our education system. So Columbia University, that Commie Pinko school, their teachers' college in 1930 invited Marxists from Hitler's country, Germany, to start teaching teachers all across America Marxism. But we don't know that because it's disguised. So I'm not against Marxism necessarily. If you want, it's a free country, you want to be a communist, go ahead. But you can always tell a person, that's what I loved about the academy I went to, was you judge a person by their actions, not their words, acta non verba. So you look at this guy, Biden, what was his first act? His first act as president in 2020 was to cut the Keystone Pipeline. Now, I sell oil. I had oil wells all across that area. I was selling under Trump, I was selling oil at $30 a barrel. The moment Biden came to town, oil went from $30 a barrel to $130. I knew exactly what that SOB was doing. He's going to bankrupt America by driving the middle class broke. You know, when the price of oil goes up, everything goes up. I mean, what they're trying to do is bankrupt America.
You have seen communism firsthand in Vietnam, of course. I grew up hearing the horror stories of communism.
They don't want to do that.
No, of course not.
Just look at the facts. Hundreds of millions of people have been killed by communists. It's going to start happening here. I mean, it's already, they defund the police. You can steal up to $1,000 a day and not go to jail or something, something stupid like that. That's the abolition of private property, all Marx. And joined the labor union. My poor dad was head of the teachers union. Most school teachers are frickin' Marxists. They're good people. They think they're doing the right thing. I just don't like their politics.
This decision really depends on, there's a lot of talk on Kamala's, tax policy and her capital gains tax. What are some of your thoughts on that?
Well, go to the Rich Dad website. There we posted Trump's tax plan and we posted Kamala's. Kamala's a pure Marxist. I don't know if you know this, but America was founded as a tax-free nation. It was called the Boston Tea Party. And we fought taxation. And so Kamala and these commies, Democrats, most of them, they want to tax the rich. And they're so stupid. The rich don't pay taxes, if you know what I'm talking about here. So these stupid commie pinkos who teach colleges, all they're doing is taxing themselves because they're not that bright of people.